Welcome back to The Market Chef. In the County Supplies kitchen, we've got Chef Ryan with us again today. Chef, we've got some amazing English Comice pears for you today.
Well, it's good to be back, Rob, and they look absolutely incredible. I'm not going to lie, Rob, one of my favourite ingredients of all time when it comes to autumnal produce. Tell me a little bit more about this bad boy.
Well, this bad boy, Ryan, as you like to have just called it, is an English Comice pear, originally grown from France, but this one is from Piper family down in Kent, award-winning.
Wow.
Amazing crop this year. Crunchy, full of flavour.
Well, I think all of that, mate, is going to pay dividends to an absolutely delicious dish.
So what are you going to cook for us today then, Chef Ryan, with these amazing pears?
Well, I'm sure you, like many other people, love the classic tomato mozzarella salad. Big fan?
Big fan.
Brilliant, because I'm going to do a little twist on that. The sweet acidity you get from a tomato, I'm going to replace it with this beautiful ingredient. Team it up with my boy Fonzie from the market.
Of course.
Never let us down. Beautiful mozzarella. We've got some crispy rosemary, some roasted hazelnuts, and the mighty. We do have the amazing King of Covent Garden here, and we're going to use the King of English truffles, the black truffle.
Loving the sound of that, Ryan. Let's get cooking.
Okay, so we've got a very personal dish for me here. It's personal in a sense that, you know, it's really connecting to the season. You know, we've got some great ingredients. We've got an incredible English pear. It's a French variety, but it's grown down in Kent. Absolutely stunning, sweet, meaty. It's got a little tang to it as well, and there's loads of it, so you don't have to have many of them, and it can just go really fast. That's why I love it. We've got some roasted hazelnuts, some burrata from Fonzo's, one of my favourite suppliers down on the market. We've got some English black truffles and some crispy rosemary to finish. So let's get cracking with the dish. So really simple to start this, and great for a dinner party. I mean, down here at the market, I have it as a quick lunch. It could be really formal, informal. It's really rustic in the plate up. So we're just gonna start really simply with a pear. I mean, look at that, look at the meat on that as well. There's so much. Set my little microplane up here. We just wanna get some slices. Safety first, I don't use a guard because I think I'm a bit of a fancy chef, but you should. Even if you're a good chef, the amount of fingers that I've seen missing on this is incredible. So, some nice slices. As you can see, the thickness there, about half the thickness of a pound coin, about 50 pence a piece thickness. And the reason is when we dress it, you don't want it to fall apart, start breaking on the dish, but you want it to be nice, light and delicate. So on with the next step. So again, you know, we want to build a really nice kind of platter here. Now this could be center of a plate, and you could garnish the rest of the dish, as you'll see in a minute, as an individual starter. That's one variation. I like to just kind of tease the burrata open a little bit. It's delicious. People like that kind of break on a plate. I kind of like the fact that as we're placing it as a sharing platter here, which will go center of the table. Again, you could have some cured meats on the table, some Italian meats. You could have some, you know, antipasta, and this can be your mozzarella and tomato moment. It's really delicious. You've got acidity, sweet tang from the pears replaced in tomatoes. You know, instead of the pesto, we've kind of got this hazelnut, truffle, rosemary kind of replacement. And again, the cheese center stage, and that's the incredible pear. So let's pop that on there as well. After all, it's a sharing platter. Okay, so now to start to garnish this incredible dish, I'm gonna get some of this pear and just start slotting it around in between the cheese, just getting a little bit of height. And again, just start building on those. So we've got this nice little structure. You can look at it like a little bit of scaffolding, if you like, with the pear. I can't remember what it was, that little game that you play when you're a kid where you build kind of little out of cards, little dominoes. It all falls down at the end. We just don't want the falling down part. So again, some height. Look at those pears. Really as well, the cheese is there, that's the body of the plate, but we really want those pears to stand out, look absolutely incredible. And some of the bits with skin on, just add a bit of colour flare. Really delicious, I'm getting really excited about this. A bit falls down, just kind of start to build over here. So again, nothing wrong with being a little bit chefy with the dish. After all, this could be for a very special occasion. I mean, this is just a normal day down at County Supplies. You know, we do just have this for staff lunch every day after our foie gras linguine. Some hazelnuts on there, texture. And again, for me, this is just screaming everything autumnal / winter. I mean, look at that, absolutely beautiful. And then on with the dressing. So this dressing is made up of 3 parts, really easy to remember. 1 part white truffle oil, English white truffle that is. We've got in there 1 part cider vinegar, so we've got English cider vinegar in there. Goes great again, the cider, the pears, really close, so it replaces that balsamic moment. And then we've got a little bit of olive oil in there, 1 part as well. Really simple dressing. I forgot to mention as well, we have a teaspoon, so a tablespoon of truffle oil, a tablespoon of olive oil, a tablespoon of cider vinegar, and 1 teaspoon of honey, just to add a little bit of sweetness, and honey and pears as well, classic honey and hazelnuts. Really overdress it. I mean, you've got a lot of cheese to cover there. It's all going to drip down to the bottom of the dish. As people tuck in, you're going to get a little bit of all of that. And those measurements that I just gave you were in there. And then to finish the dish, the grand finale, because this is looking absolutely incredible. English black truffles from County Supplies, down on New Covent Garden Market. And we just want to watch the fingers. You've seen the grater, you could use a box grater, you could use a microplane as well. I've got a truffle slicer, I'm very fortunate to have the luxury. So I'll just slice that down on there very, very carefully. How much truffle? I've got this saying that you can never have too much truffle. And again, just really, really generously truffle over the top. Making sure you can still see that pear, it is star of the show. Crispy rosemary, so just pick some rosemary into some neutral oil, and when I say neutral oil, I mean sunflower, rapeseed, something that isn't going to give too much flavour. About 140, 150 degrees Celsius, pop the rosemary in, 10 seconds stir, out onto kitchen paper. You get this lovely, beautiful, I mean it looks like pine needles just falling next to the pears. Again, it's got like a bit of a Christmas feel to it as well. Absolutely incredible, and to finish the dish, a little bit of English sea salt, just to kind of spring it all to life, magnify all those great flavours. The leaves are falling, it's cold outside, the pears are fantastic. County Supplies, the Market Chef. For once in my life, I think I've got nothing to say. Rob, come in here. Maybe you can give me a few words. Get your chops into this, mister. It looks incredible, it's rustic, wow. It's full of flavour.
Oh, that truffle is just
I know, it's
outstanding.
Stunning, isn't it? Knock yourself out, fella.
Fonz's Burrata, JG Piper Pears. Oh, can't wait.
You've got that crispy pear in there. You've got the umami from the truffle, the savouriness coming from that rosemary. It's got a kind of festive feel about it. And again, those pears just playing that tomato mozzarella roll so like elegantly, don't you think?
That is beautiful. The taste and flavours in that dish. Pears, the truffle, the burrata. Smashed it, chef.
I'm so glad you like it. And as I
said,
said,
it's beautiful.
It's got that festive feel. It's easy to prepare. You could change the nuts. You could change, pear to apple if you wanted to. But for me, how we've done it today speaks volumes. Again, anyone could put that together, and it's got flavour in abundance. It's absolutely incredible. Rob, Ryan, County Supplies, go and enjoy it for yourself.